All right, so let's start 10.2. All right, so find the area of the parallelogram. Well, we know areas of parallelograms are base times height. What's your base? 20. What's your height? 3. So area is 20 times 3, which is 60. Okay, centimeters squared. Remember to put that centimeters squared, not centimeters, centimeters squared, because you're finding the area. Okay, so what is the area of the triangle? Well, we know triangles' areas are area equals half base times height, or base times height divided by 2. Doesn't really matter. I like to do half. I don't know why. So half base is 18 times height, which is 17. Remember, guys, that your base and your height are the two lines that intersect to form that 90-degree angle. Okay? So half of 18 is 9. So what is 9 times 17, which is 153? 153, which is indeed my area. So now let's move on. So the perimeter and the area, we all know perimeter is the sides all added up, and the area is, once again, area equals base times height. But what's the problem here? This is not a regular polygon. Why not? Because it's concave, right? This is convex, so we're good. Convex, convex, but what happened here? Concave. You cannot have it intersect the interior of your shape. So that means we're gonna have to break this up into regular convex polygons. So let's put a line over here. You also could have done this one, but I'm gonna choose to do this one. So now, I know that if this is, I know if this is 7 and this whole thing is 18, so if this whole thing is 18 and this is 7, what is this supposed to be? 11, right? 11. So now, if this whole thing is 10 and this little piece is 3, this is 10, this is 3, what is 10 minus 3? This is supposed to be 7. So now my measure is 7 over here. So now we can actually find our perimeter, correct? So perimeter is equal to 7 plus 7, that's 14, 25, 28, 38. Now what is 38 plus 18? This last one. 56. Our perimeter is 56, which it is. Now, in order to find my area, I need to find the area for each individual one. So, what is area? Base times height. So my base is 7, and my height is 10, so it's 70. Now, my height is 3, and my base is 11, so this is 33. So now this area plus this area gives me 103. Here we go, 103. So now let's see this. Okay, the area of a trapezoid. The area of a trapezoid is equal to 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times height. Or you can do base 1 plus base 2 times height divided by 2. Doesn't really matter. So what is my base? I have half. I like to do half. So what is my base 1? 14. Base 2 is 18. What's 14 plus 18? 32. Okay. Times what's my height? 13. So what's half of 32? 16 times 13, 208. So my area should be 208 meters squared, which it is, okay? So now, okay, kites. Okay, well, the area of kites or rhombuses is equal to half diameter 1 times diameter 2. So what's my diameter 1? Well, if this is 2 and this is 2, one of my diameters is 4. So half of 4. And what's my other diameter? If this is 3 and this is 1, it's 4. So now, half of 4 is 2, times 4 is 8. 8. Perfect. Okay? So now, what is this? Okay, a rhombus, once again. A rhombus is just 1/2 d1 times d2. By the way, your d is your diameter. Okay? So, let's do it again. Half. Okay, if this is 9, then this piece also has to be 9. Okay? So what is 9 plus 9? 18. If this is 10, what does this piece have to be? 10. So my answer is 20. So now, what is half of 20? That's 10. I dropped the 18. What is 10 times 18? 180. Good. Okay. What about this one? Okay. Find the area of the geometric figure. That just means it's concave. So, well, the area, so we got to find the area of both figures. So what's the area of this figure? What's 2 times 2? 4. Okay. What shape is this? This looks to me like it is a parallelogram. So what is 2 times 9? That's 18. So what's 18 plus 4? And that's 22. My area is 22. Square centimeters, remember that, square. Okay. What is the area over here? Okay, cool. So once again, this looks like, isn't this just a trapezoid? Yeah, this is just a trapezoid. Let's see. 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times height. 1/2. My base 1 is 16 plus 4, that's 20. My height is 4. So half of 20 is 10 times 4 equals 40. 40. Good. Okay. Now this one looks super confusing, right? But look, you gotta read. If we read, it's not that bad, right? Find the area of the parallelogram. Okay, so it's a parallelogram. So that means the opposite sides are congruent. So I just need to find one. So where's the F? The F is at 4. And the K is at 14. So remember, guys, we know how to count distance horizontally without having to do 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't have to do that, right? We just get x2 minus x1 absolute value. So what is 14 minus 4? That's 10. So this is 10. And now this we can just count. It's probably a little bit easier. 1, 2, 3. So 3. So what's 3 times 10? Base times height. That's 30. So my answer should just be 30. Okay, so this is probably the hardest one because this is a trapezoid. Yes, it is a trapezoid, but we don't know the height. We don't know this height. So let's figure it out. Well, I know that an altitude makes 90 degrees, right? And I know that if this is 90 degrees and this is 45, then this also has to be 45. So I just have a 45, 45, 90 triangle. So 45, 45, 90 is L square root of 2. So I only have my opposite to the 90. So this is 1.4. So that means L. Oh, wait, and this 45 right here, let's call this X. Let's call this X. So X, and this is 1.4. So my L is going to be my L square root of 2. I'll write it down here in a different color. So that means my L square root of 2 is equal to 1.4. So I'm going to divide by square root of 2, divide by square root of 2. Now, because they're asking us to round to the nearest whatever, we don't really have to do this square root 2, because we're not leaving a radical form. So let's literally just do 1.4 over, what's the square root of 2? We have to find that out first, right? So 2 square root, I'm going to round to 4 decimal places, so 1.4142. And now this equals 1.4 divided by 1.4142. Once again, I'm going to round it to 4 decimal places. I'm going to round a little bit more, actually. So now, because remember, I only round at the end. So now, if my L is equal to this, then what's my x equal to? Also this. So that means this height right here is 0.98996. So now I have my two bases and I have my height. So now let's do the area of a trapezoid. Half base 1 plus base 2 times height. So half. My base 1 is 0.6 and my other base 1.6. So that should be what, 2.2? 2.2, and my height is 0.98996. So 0.5 times 2.2 times 0.98996, which gives me, now I'm gonna round to the nearest tenth because that's what they asked me to. Now at the end I can finally round my answer. So it should be 1.088956. So my rounded is 1.1. And there it is, 1.1. Okay. Now the last one. Okay. The outline part of the roof shown is the shape of a trapezoid. Okay, so that's important. And needs to be shingled. Shingled just means to put like the tiles. The number of shingles to buy depends on the area. So let's answer number 8. Use the dimensions given to find the area of the outlined part of the roof to the nearest whole square foot. Okay, so let's find this part. Okay, well, I know my bases are this and this, and my height is that. And my height is this. So area is equal to half base 1 plus base 2 times height, half. What is 38 plus 29? 67. And my height is 10 and a half, so let's just do 10.5. So now 0.5 times 67 times 10.5 equals 351.75. But they asked us to round to the nearest whole number, so that should be 352. There it is, 352. Okay. Now, B, shingles are packaged in a unit called a square. If a square covers 10 square feet, how many whole squares need to be purchased to shingle this part of the roof? All right, so we gotta do 352 divided by 100, which is gonna equal 3.52. But can I buy 3.52 amount of shingles? Did they say that I can buy portions? No. It can only be bought in units. So that means if I buy 3 units of shingles, I won't have enough. I'll have 300. But if I buy 4, then I'll have 400. So let me ask you guys a question. If you're building a roof, would you rather have 52 square units of it not filled, especially in Miami where it rains all day at any time? No. So that means this guy or this person is going to want to buy 400 shingles because I'd rather have extra than not enough, especially for a roof. So that's why he needs to buy 4 whole squares to shingle that part of his roof. Okay, so that's it. And we're going to do the